Jeff, I think you should play the role of my father.
I don't want to be your father.
It's perfect, you already know your lines.
The show Community has a lot to love. Its comedic timing, the relationships between characters, the actor's delivery. But these attributes can be found in any decent comedy. Community sets itself out from the crowd by having something that I like to call implication. So what is implication? Or rather, what is implication in comedy? I think it can best be explained using an example.
So then the guy says to the housekeeper, make sure she's dead. Stop me if you've heard this one before. It would have been nice to have that option 27 minutes ago.
Implication is the unique structure of a joke in which part of the humor is left unsaid, requiring watchers to reach the punchline themselves. The clip I just showed you isn't merely funny because they had to sit there for 27 minutes listening to a joke. It's funny because it's implied. Saying it outright feels forced, but implying it feels funny. Earlier, I mentioned that implication is so unique because of its setup and structure, so let's return to the structure of jokes. Almost every joke follows a setup punchline formula, but what happens after that? Well, either there's elaboration or implication. Let's discuss elaboration, using an example from the show Great News. The setup is there. These characters are looking for a reporter for a news show they work for. Then comes the punchline. Someone who's being interviewed brings a puppet. Now, they could move on to the next scene here, leaving the audience to laugh at what a bizarre concept this is. But no. This show has chosen elaboration. The characters talk about how weird that is, essentially elaborating on it, and then, finally, the scene is over. The issue here is that it shows a lack of confidence in their writing and in the watchers. So, what fixes this? Let's look at one of my all-time favorite examples of implication, this CPR training scene from The Office. We have the setup. They failed to give CPR to a CPR dummy, and therefore lost him, but the characters are taking the situation too far by acting like he was an actual person. And then the punchline.
Check for an organ donor card. If he has one, we only have minutes to harvest.
He has no wallet, I checked.
And the scene moves on. No one says, wait, you checked the CPR dummy for a wallet? That's weird. It's left up to watchers to realize that he must have patted down a CPR dummy looking for a wallet. People adore inside jokes.
I love inside jokes. Love to be a part of one someday.
It makes them feel included, and when it comes to media, makes them feel like they're friends with the characters. It's similar to why people need relatability in TV. When shows choose elaboration rather than implication, there is no inside joke. But when they choose implication, there is one, and better yet, you're in on it. Without implication, I'm sure Community would be kind of okay. But what makes it stand out is that the characters trust us, the watchers, to understand. And so, I really love the show Community. But I think that was implied. Let me know in the comments if you've noticed your favorite shows or least favorite shows using either of these strategies. Hope you enjoyed! If so, feel free to give this video a like and subscribe for more videos dissecting different aspects of shows and movies. Thanks for watching!